Hello everybody, how are you? I'm really glad you're back. I want to thank all of you that came and visited Bill and I on our last video. It was our little journey, and it's behind us now, but we really wanted to thank you guys for participating in the conversation. Thank you, we appreciate it. It's always nice when Bill comes on with me. Actually, I'm going to show him in this video too for a minute, not even a minute. Anyway, shaving my face. Well, one thing I have learned, and this is pretty well applicable to everything in our lives, as you know, I'm 73. So experiences in our lives are going to be different. They're very personal and they're very individual, right? Like what works for me may not work for you. Preferences are different. But now I'm going to share what I've done and experienced and used since I was about in my mid 40s, getting me to here at 73, and what I'm absolutely getting rid of and not doing. All right, so very first experience probably for me was, and I'm honest, I think there's a gene. I think when we go into menopause that there's a little gene or that goes and go, oh my gosh, it's gone into menopause. We need to now apply that one little mole and that really hard coarse hair. Not everybody gets the mole with it, but everybody, a lot of the girls go, yeah, I got that one hair there. I got that one hair. All right. So that the attack of action on that one was I plucked it. I plucked it for many years. And I plucked my own eyebrows for many years. And then things changed and they transitioned. And then I went to waxing. Waxing was the deal. And as I got more of a mustache on my upper lip, of course, then it was, okay, I could probably do every 3 weeks. I would go in and get my upper lip done for a long time. It was just my upper lip. And then as time went on, for some reason, as we progress and mature, our hair seems to, I don't know how that just kind of shifts from here and other places and lands on our chin. So I started waxing, and waxing was fine, except for a few things that really, as I kind of became more aware and learned more about waxing, it was really important to make sure that you went to the right place to get your waxing done. This is not something you do at the corner place where you get your, maybe a manicure. Even then, I mean, sterilization, and I'm just putting these things down. Sterilization of the things that people use on us is so important. And I realized, and this wasn't a corner place, because I started doing this in Palm Springs about 20 years ago. So I was in my 50s, coming up my 50s, started waxing. And I noticed that the girl was dipping the stick in the wax and then, putting the wax on my face and then tipping the stick in again. And it wasn't until somebody made me, I didn't come up with this idea to look for it, somebody made me aware of it, and I started watching it, and I looked and I went, oh man, like she, is that you don't double dip into the wax. Because if I have something going on in my face and you've just gone over and you put the stick back in the wax, now whatever I've got going on is sitting in the wax, possibly somebody else could get it, or what somebody has. Oh my gosh, so you know what? You need to go to a really reliable place to get facial waxing done. Now, I know that there's pros and cons to it. They say, it can do more damage to your skin, kind of rips it. Anyway, I was lucky enough never to have any adverse reactions to waxing, except finding a place that I could really trust that they hadn't double dipped a stick into the wax. That was the challenge. I did find a place at home, a really, really nice spa, and I did find a place in Palm Desert, actually, at the time, Russell's Spa. But I thought, well, maybe I should try something different, because different things were happening, and somebody told me about threading, because I was concerned about, how they ripped it, and as of course, as I'm aging, my skin is thinning as well. So I wanted to be a little bit more cautious. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to go to threading. And I found this wonderful girl locally, and I had gone to another place for my threading, and I love it. It does kind of give you a like, ooh, wow, pay attention. She did my whole face once. And one thing I must say that I absolutely loved about waxing and threading is that the hair is soft. I can go, of course, it's not a daily event that I have to pay attention to. I love threading. But then everybody went, shave. So of course everybody's going, shave your face, but it's for very different reasons that I was shaving my face. Well, some of it, not all of it. I know a lot of gals are like me, they just don't want to have a mustache and any kind of a beard growing. But then it became apparent that if you shaved all the hair off your face, then your primers and concealers and your makeup would look a lot nicer, and it would be a much cleaner application. I don't do all of those things. I just wear my bronzer. So it was never a thing to do my whole face, although, like I said, I did have it once. All right, but then I got pretty excited. Plus, this whole, our lives changed, of course, the last 2-3 years, and so shaving was the perfect answer. Most spas were closed, you couldn't go in, and this I could do myself. And a dermaplaner, look at this. Well, I've tried every razor out there. This one's a Bic. I've got this is the Lady Bic. I mean, I've gone through so many razors. I've gone through the pink ones, the purple ones, and so forth. And I have been only shaving my upper lip and this area in here. And I have to get rid of it. I have to stop. Do you know, Bill's got a really rough beard, a coarse beard. And I'm going, lately, after one of my grandkids said something to me, I'm going, yeah, I have that coarse beard as well. And I know people say it's not, you can't, it doesn't grow in thicker, but it does, apparently. It can grow back in thicker, but it's not supposed to get coarser. It's just the way it grows back in. But one of my grandchildren said, oh, Oma, that was really prickly when you kissed me. Well, you know what? I mean, this is something I've never had with threading or waxing. When it grew back in, it was just soft hairs. I might have hair, but they were soft. If I were going to give you a kiss, you would not know it or detect it. With shaving, oh my gosh, I'm done, it's over, because by 5 o'clock, my chin and my upper lip feel like Bill's, because he has quite a heavy beard, and I guess you call it a 5 o'clock shadow. It's not the shadow I was worried about, except if you go back in some of my videos, you can see my upper lip has a grayer look. And that, I'm thinking, is what the 5 o'clock shadow is. I was talking to somebody about it not that long ago, and I know she shaves as well. And she actually said that, yes, that she quite often has to go and shave herself a second time if she was going out for the evening. I don't need that, but I don't like this. I would rather that you see some hair on my face than when I give you a hug that it's prickly. And I even went as far as saying, Bill, am I shaving wrong? Am I doing something different? Because there is some techniques, right, to make sure you have the razor at the right angle. And I have tried it with shaving cream. I've tried it with lotion. I've even tried it with castor oil. I'm quitting it. I'm going back to threading. I'll put that video just right here so you can watch it if you want to. I'm going and see my girl at the time. And actually back then, on that particular time when I went in, she threaded all around here, and she waxed my eyebrows, but now I just get everything threaded. So what are your experience? And remember, this is all very individual. Like I said, I had a great teacher. Oh, did you guys want to see that? That was nice of him to share, right? Thanks, honey. Peeking in on him in the bathroom. Oh my God, he's so good to us, right? Like he just lets me, honey, can you show it? Anyway, so like I say, I have checked with Bill to make sure that it wasn't me doing something wrong. It was, you know, it's interesting. It's like I say, there's pros and cons to both of those, or all three of those methods. Some are better for us than others. Some people, you know what? Like I say, it's really, really personal. But for me, I would rather that I have some hair on my chin. And actually, I'm just looking now. It is 4:45. And I can already feel a little bit of prickly, and I am going to see my grandkids, so I'm going to have to shave. Can you imagine if you actually wore, you know, your concealers and you wore foundation and you had that coming through and you had to go out and like start all over again because you needed to shave? But like I say, it's totally personal. You do whatever works for you. Bill's got the most beautiful skin because he shaves, and maybe, you know, like I say, everybody, you know, has their own thing. Our son loves his electric razor and always has beautiful skin. Bill does his thing. And us girls need to find what works for us. But for me, I don't know if it's an age thing. They say it's not supposed to happen. But actually, from my experience, yep, it gets real prickly. And I don't like the gray look. And I certainly don't like the prickles right there. So with all of that, you guys, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. I said the word G-U-Y-S. Well, I got through it almost about it. The sun is shining. So have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week. Take care, and remember, there is no future in our past. Dream and go make yourself a future.